Commencing countdown T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
And we're live! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Saber Dice. My name is Cody from Taken 20, and I have some beautiful, incredible, wonderful, sexy, amazing, talented, back from England people here with us this evening, and in the States. People here with us this evening. We, of course, have Guy SCLANDERS, who is stateside. Pretend it's Where's Waldo, hunt him down, somewhere in the Midwest. I don't mean really with love. I don't mean really hunting him down. Oh, like some Black Mirror shit.
Saber Dice not condone stalking in any way, shape, or means. Cody Lewis might, but we
well, you know, it is.
However, if you do actually hunt down and find Guy SCLANDERS in the United States, you get a prize at Gen Con, I think.
Yeah,
it's an easy target.
We also have Lauren B, aka Miss Ginger Ninja, here with us. Michael Hunt is playing Domino from Unmade Gaming. Jacob, proven wrong from XP to level 3, is here in the house. And all the way back from England is our lovely commander of the ship for Saber Dice, not necessarily the Rogue Infinity, David FRIANT, aka massive Kickstarter going right now for Nerdarchy. From Nerdarchy.
Well,
Dave,
next week. Almost. We're close.
How was your trip?
It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. And then the second week was even better than the first because I just kind of kicked back, ran some one-shots, hung out.
Dave got to go play D&D in a castle over in England, so we are all jealous of him, except for Guy, who sounds like he's from England. Anyway, so without further ado, here with a few words from our sponsors is the one and only Michael Hunt.
That's me, and I'm prepared. We have at least 2 sponsors that I'm aware of. One of them is Dungeon Painter Studios, where you too can paint your studio in a dungeon. Nailed it. Also, Fantasy Grounds, our tabletop virtual thing of choice, where we virtually play tabletop games. And there's maps that Cody made, allegedly. No, this one he did make. I mean, he made like one map before, and it was okay, but this one's way cooler. Which he made in Dungeon Painter Studios, and then imported very easily into Fantasy Grounds because it's so easy, just the click of a button.
Wow!
It almost does itself.
Actually, that's true. If you have Dungeon Painter Studio and you build your map out, you can hit export to Fantasy Grounds. It'll make it 100 pixels, slides right into Fantasy Grounds. It's super easy. They also, literally have my voice Fantasy Grounds like export right there.
See that? Like a ventriloquist.
Yeah, and then the After Dark show, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have Patreon. Go check that out. I GM there. That's right. That's right. Go check out our Patreon, guys. We do an After Dark podcast, which is like this, but raunchier, and I do this a lot. That's mostly what I do. That and this. I'm like a Picard GIF as a person for several hours a month, and it's terrible. And if you're not paying for the video version, you don't get to see that. So you should probably upgrade to that version, and it's really awesome. You get to see these motions and this motion and weird mouth things. Your call.
Yeah.
And don't forget Gen Con.
Yes, come see us at Gen Con.
Right, also Gen Con. That's a place we'll be. We'll be there on Friday at 6 p.m.
Guys, Friday at 6 p.m. Come find us. There's going to be a link in chat. And
there's going to be a link in chat.
Not this Friday, but in like 4 Fridays.
It's 3 p.m., isn't it? 3 to
No,
6.
it's 6 p.m., Guy.
It's not 6 to 9.
Can you guys hear the thunder? So
anyway, it's on Friday.
If the stream drops, it's because Texas is terrifying for people that don't live here. So it might just knock out the power. We'll do what we can.
Definitely Friday at 6 p.m., Guy. Just so.
Okay.
Hope you don't have anything planned.
Without further ado,
guys, come to Gen Con. You might see Guy SCLANDERS on Friday at 6 p.m.
If you are participating in the Guy SCLANDERS hunt, then you know where he's gonna be in about a month. Let's jump in and play some.
God. It's at 3. No, it's not.
Let's jump in and play some games here. Cast your minds back to last week. where the Rogue Infinity crew had confronted deep within the jungles and even deeper within the Temple of Greth, Brashul, whose true origin had kind of been discovered as the group finished making their way through all of the little traps, and most importantly, the mind trap, the sort of cage that Luna was able to break free from. Casting aside the clearly false room with the fake Terathum sphere, the group discovered Brashul that she was in fact a sect, and she gave a little bit of information about Oasis. In addition to that, the crew decided that they would continue to hunt these 6 artifacts. The hiding place for Oasis is discoverable once you have all 6 of the coordinates. Put the coordinates together, activate the Omni key, and it will reveal Oasis. Pretty simple and straightforward. The group now has their hands on one of these coordinates. They have no idea how many Lacia has, if she has 1 or all of the remaining. They do believe Lacia to be in control of the Omni key, as she reached out to them via a message, which the crew joined Beetle for back on the Rogue Infinity before leaving Greth, where Lacia had attempted to make contact with them, and she began kind of spilling everything, saying that she had found Oasis and that she was eager to reunite with them on Greth when she was taken. She was taken by an unknown group of assailants. The Rogue Infinity crew had quite a time struggling, trying to come up with the best plan of attack. Lacia, unbelievable distance away, having to travel all the way through the drift just to make it back to where she is located on Cranto, kind of felt maybe this was a trap and that this would not be a smart decision to go straight to Cranto. So instead, they traveled to Darzuno to look for one of the other coordinates. Luckily, someone in the crew, and I don't remember who, I think it might have been Jet, decided, or Sander, to pull up short out of the drift. And as the Rogue Infinity exited into the star system with Daruno, they were luckily far enough away from the rest of the Warhounds, who were also apparently scattering about looking for these remaining coordinates. Quick thinking and a little bit of daring from the crew led them to utilize the system's star to sort of cloak their entry into and interfere with the tracking as they made another jump back into the drift. This did not go perfectly, and did in fact damage a bit of the Rogue Infinity, who is now limping along in the drift on their way back to Cranto to try to find Lacia and or rescue her from whoever has taken her, reunite with the rest of the coordinates, and hunt down Oasis, all while avoiding the Warhounds and whomever else is tied up in this hunt for Oasis. That, of course, is when Domino noticed a few sounds out on the front hull with body parts.
Dang. Bong.
And we pick up with Domino, you looking out to see the head of a Vescan soldier thud and slap off the front viewport.
Captain.
Huh? What?
There are corpses in space.
Oh, gross.
Oh, frack, what now?
There's a bunch of lizard people dying in space.
No. They're dead. They're mostly in pieces.
You guys are still drifting and moving through the drift here.
It's all right. The damn Vesk are so rude anyway. Screw them. Frack them.
You begin to see parts of ships come into view. Not ships, a ship. A singular vessel. More body parts. And it almost looks like a junkyard out in front of you, out the front viewport. And some of these chunks from this ship are pretty significant.
Captain, have we arrived at Cranto yet? Seems a bit early.
Are we at Cranto?
We're still in the drift.
And it's feeling a little like Christmas out there. Look at all this stuff.
Does your Christmas involve corpses?
Now, Snick does
That's corpses, sure, why not? But look at all this stuff. It's like a gold mine. We could fix the ship. We could probably sell the scavenge.
You're right. Why don't we grab some of them? It's not like they're using it anyways.
I hate to have to keep being the voice of reason, but
You're on the wrong ship then, buddy.
I know. Shouldn't we be concerned that the ship exploded in the drift?
Maybe they were being chased.
Well, the ship's in pieces, Snicked, so I assume it either exploded or it was shot down.
Are you saying that we should...
Maybe Luna flew that one too.
I don't think you can crash in the drift.
Too soon.
But maybe.
Snakes. Captain, perhaps we should raise shields and get out of here as fast as we can.
hang on. Snick brings up a good idea that maybe we've got some supplies on our hands. They could have just been hunted. Nothing along that. Just like an asteroid in the middle of the drift.
Weird things happen in the drift all the time. Everybody knows that.
Can I like ID the Vesk?
How do you mean ID the Vesk?
Can we ID the ship?
Who they are, like, or their ship, or anything like? Are they traders? Are they smugglers? Are they criminals?
You might be able to make a scan to see if the ship had some form of a black box that would have information about it. Sure.
Can we scan the ship for a black box and try to find out who these guys are?
I think so. Why not?
Are you slowing the ship down to kind of take a look at all this?
Yes.
I mean, the ship was crawling before, so how slow do we need to go?
We're going from 30 to a 10, so yes.
And I imagine you guys are pretty much just looking at the narrow viewport here in front of you. But is somebody going to scan?
I'm trying to scan it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a roll here, bud.
32.
Jesus. Yeah, you get a ping. For sure. You get the telltale ping. It's in a large section of the ship that has kind of been torn off, closer towards the engines, and it's completely ripped in. I would say that this section of the Veskarian ship is still probably about 2 to 3 times the size of the Rogue Infinity. Just this little, probably fourth of it.
Can we remotely scan it, or do we need a tractor beam it in, or send somebody out to get it?
You also pick up something interesting, Domino. You pick up on the back side of this a large biological mass.
Like larger than a Vesk.
Yes. A very large, yes. The short answer is yes. It is much larger than a Vesk, but it's not like huge or dwarfing the ship or anything like that.
Right. So from my own knowledge, the corpses aren't pinging as life forms, right?
Correct. And I mean, well, you're picking up, I mean, there's obviously biological, readings for those as well.
But I'm getting a reading that one's alive is what
You're getting a reading that there are several smaller ones that are still alive and one large one that it's basically your scanners are telling you, hey, there is mass over here.
Okay. Do I know what class of ship this is? Like, is it like a frigate, a dreadnought? Do I know, like, so I can, if it's likely to be a warship or a merchant ship?
This is, well, the Vesk, they're a militaristic race. So even their freighters are very much equipped to handle themselves.
But I wouldn't be able to tell what kind of ship this was.
Not from the part, I mean, maybe in some time. Maybe if you scan all the pieces and have your computer try to break it and analyze and piece it all back together. Sure. But at the moment, no. This looks like a ship that is maybe the size of a cargo ship, around that. A larger cargo ship. That's about what you can tell.
Captain, there are several life forms still alive. And one rather large one.
Whoa.
And the aft of the ship.
So there's a big one, and then there's a bunch of other little ones.
I think the other ones are Vesk, and the large one, I think they might have been transporting it.
Well, shit.
How large is large?
Large.
Probably about 18 feet tall or so. So somewhere between a large to a huge sized creature.
Can we get closer to it and see if we can...
Brashul was?
Yeah.
Bigger.
Okay. So, possible theory, giant monster attacked the ship. We have guns.
It
What
could
kind of
also
ship
be-
did they have?
I can't tell, but it's about the size of a cargo ship.
All right. Well,
They
can
could
we
have been
pull up?
transporting it.
Could
It
we
could be a
pull
prison
up?
ship.
All right. Oh, that's true. Can we pull up closer and maybe try to talk to him? See if we can maybe rescue him?
You want to rescue Vesk?
Not all bad.
Giant, aggressive.
You
Hey, maybe if we rescue them, they'll be in debt to us, and then they'll be like our bodyguards or something. Well, we could seduce them.
I don't think that they think that's ever happened.
Well, I certainly could concoct something in the lab which would make them open to suggestion, or we could lobotomize them, Captain.
Not gonna lobotomize them. That sounds fucking evil.
Or you
But
could probe them. It's always worked with Domino.
I don't have a port.
well, they're not androids, so I don't think they like that very much.
Have the hatch in the front.
And then neither do androids.
But anyways, should we get closer to try to find out what's going on here, or are we gonna bail? I'm the captain. Why am I asking you? Let's get closer.
I'm on to Team Bail for what it's worth.
Yeah, of course you want to bail, Domino. Get
I'm
closer to that
also on
ship.
Team Bail.
What'd you say?
I'm also on Team Bail out of here.
I am
got two
afraid I
anti-bail.
can go with my colleagues, Captain. That's if we're going on vote count. It's 3.
Okay, well, Scrap Heap, you get a vote as well. Okay, what do you think? He says we should go towards the ship. It might be some supplies for him.
Starla looks down at him. He is undecisive.
Shut up, you! I didn't ask your opinion.
I apologize, Captain.
Now agree with me. And tell me we should go towards the thing.
What does he only have these functional arms?
No, that's Starla,
They were rusted.
not Scrappy. Starla was Beetle's assistant.
Oh, God.
All right. I guess we don't need to go near it. We are pretty beat up as it is, and if it happens to be dangerous, well, I don't think we could fight it. We need to find out what's going on with Lacey anyways.
Drifting past this little section here, as you guys have continued, even if you kill the engines enough to have this conversation, to debate whether or not you want to get closer or not, you're still kind of drifting a little bit through the drift, go figure. And you can see a little bit on what this big, large biomass actually is. It appears to be some form of large monstrosity-like creature. You have seen these before, Asander, in your studies, and I will share this here for everybody on stream as we transition over. You've seen these before. Typically, these.
Oh, fuck that!
The Garagackles are much smaller. They're probably about 5 to 6 feet tall. I mean, they get big, but not like this big. The one that you guys are seeing has been cut in half.
Oh, good.
And it is, it's very obviously dead.
And it's 18 feet.
I have
Correct.
a question. Would you say that the length of this thing's tail and the shape of it would resemble a tentacle? Because why?
You can only hope, Lauren. You can only hope.
It's so
definitely a
shiny
tail.
in this picture. It makes it so uncomfortable.
It's oily. It's got an oily tail.
We'll let chat see.
It goes-
see.
It is like next-gen graphics where everything's moist.
Like, there's so many.
So moist.
I'll give you 3 guesses as to what caused it. So this is what you guys are seeing.
I go, and then I go, oh, good, it's dead. Ugh.
Frack, how did it get so big?
That's a very good question, Snicked. Captain, if we put this in our cargo, we could potentially drop it on someone or something as a distraction.
Okay, that's a good idea. I was really going to...
I'd
What,
like
you're
to
gonna
point out
freaking gross them out? Is that the plan? They're like, ew, gross, it's on me, and then I'll be distracted.
the scan registered a large living bioform.
That thing's very dead, right?
It registered several smaller ones that are
That were
about,
living. Oh, this one was- okay.
about vest size, 6 to 2 meters.
Sure.
But that thing's dead, right? It's dead.
It's very obvious.
It's not like one of those things that it's like Domino, it lives even though it's been cut in half, kind of thing.
No.
I mean, I'm the comms officer. I'm not a doctor.
Doctor,
I don't recall them having very much regenerative capability, especially when they've been cut in half.
Right. Okay, then. Let's just keep going along.
I really would like a DNA sample from it, Captain, if it does have strange mutagenic powers to...
There are living biomasses.
Yeah, but they're probably Vesk.
All right, well, okay. Do we have, like, a harpoon? We can, like, reel it in?
What if that one is a queen and the bioforms that I'm seeing are normal sized?
Anybody who wants to give me a oh gosh, I think it's not a zoology check. I know
Physical science.
Yes,
Life science.
Life science.
Life science. I can do life science.
Anybody who wants to give me one of those checks to see if they have any recollection of these things?
19.
I'll roll for it just cause.
14 and 19. Well, why not, Bard Boy? We'll see what you can
I'm
do.
not even good at it.
Space bar.
Yay!
You, Sander, as you kind of think about it, when he says that, it might have a queen, it kind of clicks in your head. You're like, oh, yes. Goracles can be about 5 to 6 to 8 feet tall-ish in that range. But they also have polymorphs, which are basically big, badass, large versions of them that can get 15 feet or bigger and weigh over 1,000 pounds, which is kind of what you're staring at here.
Aha. Yes, Snikt, could you rig something that could be fired into this creature to give us a sample?
You also know that, or you recall that Goracles are ambush predators. And that they do stalk their prey out in the drift.
Ah, in the drift. Mm-hmm. That's useful information. Captain, I would recommend full engine reverse and an immediate jump back so that we can just get out of the drift right now.
We can't get out of the drift. We have to go forward.
I am going to absolutely just do what the doctor suggested. Let's get the frack out of here. Punch it.
Yes, they're ambush predators. We don't want to be ambushed.
You punch it, Snikt, and with your damaged rogue infinity, you sputter along.
All I can think of is Star Wars, where he's like, I know a maneuver for this, and he just moves slightly to the left.
That was get out, push.
That was your move.
You punch it, and you sputter forward. Soon the debris left over from this Veskin vessel is far behind you. And you proceed forward, heading on your way to Kranto.
What were the Vesk doing with one of those things?
Probably just attack their ship or something.
I don't know. Why don't someone else fly the ship for a while? Somebody should fix our ship. And, that's kind of my thing.
Yeah, why aren't you doing that, Snikt?
I don't know, because I'm stuck in a stupid chair all the time, and Luna tried to kill us.
I can fly.
It was not intentional.
Exactly. I don't think she tried to kill you. But on that point, you have all suffered tremendous trauma at the hands of various creatures on various planets, and one very odd planet. So, Captain, with your permission, I think we will begin full medical scan and examination of the crew.
Yeah.
Right, the scans again.
Idea.
Yes, the scans again, Mr.
Can you get Snikt and me done first? We're going to go fix up the ship, see if we can't repair what we can. If Domino and Luda can fly, and Doctor, you can make sure that we're all not dying.
Luna and I, or Domino and I, will check ourselves. We'll be fine, and we will fly the ship. Right, Domino? And she looks at him that look every single time he offers to probe anyone.
Oh, that's right. Page number 102 of the Android manual. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Indeed.
As a reminder, Snikt, since you might have had a slight memory lapse since last week's episode, the ship took a bunch of damage because it got too close to a sun. So if you have any ideas...
star, it was...
I believe they are actually called suns if you are in that particular solar system. Thank you very much.
Listen.
So,
is there a difference?
A really hot star.
It was a G-type star. It was very, very, very hot.
So, Snikt, if you have an idea on how you think you can repair melted sun damage, I would be more than happy to hear you out.
Bubble gum.
Nanite
Lots of
aloe.
bubble gum.
Lots of
Duct
bubble
tape.
gum.
And aloe. We're going to use bubble gum and
nanite-
aloe.
I'm
nanite-
not saying it's impossible, but the DC might shock you.
Have you seen his engineering role?
So what's your engineering bonus, Snicked?
It's
Because mine's 4.
21.
Okay, so I suggest duct tape.
As you proceed into the drift over the next few hours, what are you all doing?
So
Helping repair the ship
My-
because I
my
don't want it to die.
suggestion is I will scavenge and salvage interior parts to make them into exterior parts. And if we have to have, part of the ship be skeletal on the inside in order to make it more space worthy.
Oh shit, that's right. Snicked. It should be noted that you and I, along with Nubrashul, began to retrofit the interior of the ship's cabin with ancient space squid tech. So,
Nice.
there's that.
I want to upgrade our little booby trap device that's holding the key by pouring the antimatter samples that we took into the same chamber with the key.
Okay, give it to me one more time with this key, because you don't have the Omni key.
No, sorry, not the key, the data coordinate. So if you remember, we built that chest, which will release a sedative, a sleep gas, right?
Okay.
So into that space, I want to pour the samples that I took of that black antimatter stuff that melted that melted Jet's hand or finger.
Ah, fuck! I forgot about that.
So you wanna include that with the
Yes.
the sleeping gas.
Correct.
So it will knock them out and hopefully deteriorate their lungs.
Well,
I love it.
Yeah, it's just going to dissolve any organic matter nearby. And then I have one final request from Snicked, or Domino, as a matter of fact, to give me a little proximity sensor with an audio recording. And that if anyone comes within 3 meters of the chest, the proximity audio recording will start playing. That's the last little modification.
Oh, I totally got that for you.
Perfect. And all that the audio recording needs to say is, inorganic material detected, destroying sample in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah, it's totally going to say that.
All it needs to say.
Totally going to say that.
It's not going to say that at all.
Well, I should hope that it would say that. He said it's going to say that. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Frag you scrap and scrap.
So Snicked is currently in the med bay working with the Sander. Luna, you are doing what at this point?
She's watching Domino trying to be better at piloting ships because she got yelled at.
And Jet, what are you doing?
I am helping Snicked repair the ship.
Okay, if so Snicked is helping a Sander. That won't take very long. And you guys can move. You realize most of the damage is dealt here in the back of the ship, in the rear of the ship near the engines where they have overheated.
Got it.
So I'm going to slide you guys back that way just a little bit. And let's go ahead and reveal to everybody here on the stream that we've built a beautiful map for the Rogue Infinity.
What do you mean we? You.
Well, I was being modest.
I liked it better the other way.
appreciate it.
We built. It was totally a team effort.
I was being modest, but I
We
did
are
the work.
all sponsored by
We're testing it out.
Dungeon Painter Studios, so we built it.
Whoa, you can make this epic map in Dungeon Painter Studio. It looks so
You
good.
can. You'd think it was Photoshop, but no. Dungeon Painter Studios.
Well,
Can't see shit
Sandor
going
continues
on.
to work on that. You guys head kind of towards the rear of the ship, where a lot of the cargo bays and or a lot of the engines and drift engine, etc., are positioned. Do me a favor, real quick, if you'd be so kind here, Snicked. Give me some form of a perception check.
That's a thing. I can totally perceive stuff. 22.
A 22, pretty good. You feel like there is some kind of clicking back here in the hallway. At the moment, Brashul, we're going to say that Brashul, Beetle, and Starlo are assisting Asander, and I'll put tokens up there if they're needed for some reason. And so you're pretty confident that the crew is accounted for.
Friggin' space rats again. All right. Get your burninator going, scrap heap. We're going to burn them right out.
Snakes, what are you talking about? We're looking for a wrench.
Rats. I hear space rats. You hear clicking in the walls?
Space rats? You're a space rat.
Hey,
You
that's
are a
racist.
space. You are a space rat.
I'm a Usaki, and that's racist.
Well, then there's other Yusaki on the ship.
Yeah,
We should be
keep
helping
shooting.
them.
Just shoot him right now.
Don't
And it's
shoot me!
fast.
I'm just saying what you are. You are a space rat. We can't have space rats. They're sentient.
No. Usaki, we're not related at all.
Then what the hell are you hearing? Smaller versions of you?
Captain, I believe they're space marsupial.
Shut the fuck up, Domino.
This
Roger that.
noise and argument between the two of you, between the captain and Snikt, seems to have attracted some attention. And while you did hear
Your brothers.
while you did originally hear something in the back, unfortunately, that is not going to be enough to save your asses as you get distracted and you see this creature begin wafting through the walls, phasing through the walls, this Gorackle. As a second one jumps in on the side.
Say wafting.
Yes, I said wafting, you heard me.
He's shoving air at us. He's wafted.
All right. And we're going to jump into initiative here.
No,
There's going to be a surprise round for the two of you.
these are scary.
So I'm gonna at least let Snikt and Jet act this turn. Everybody else will have to sense or wait for somebody to tell you that there's Gorackles on board, who do in fact phase through up to 15 meters of solid material.
Oh crap.
The Gorackles
You could have told us about that.
spring into action here as 3 and 4 are going to slide up to each of you and try to take a chunk out of each of you. First one is going to raise its big circular maw as it tries to literally just envelop your head here, Snikt, ripping it and tearing at it from the jowl moving up. It spreads its wings. That's going to hit. It's going to throw some damage here. As it spreads its wings out, you can see it has a wingspan of maybe 15 feet, adjusting itself, and it towers over Snikt over 2-1. The next one is going to do basically the same thing over here to our wonderful little captain,
Who's screaming like a little baby.
who has been having who's screaming like a little baby. And that's also going to hit with a 24 as it's going to deal out... Whoops, no, that's not damage. As it is going to deal out a whopping 14 points as it damage 0. Jet Smith... Oh, it's yours. Okay, yes.
It's because it's my stamina.
Yep. It goes into stamina first.
I just dodge.
As it kind of just lunges over at you. You slam up against the rail, almost falling down to the beds below. The other two act, and that's going to bring us down to Snikt. What are you doing, Snikt?
Suck laser, you sucker face.
Beautiful. Yeah, that hits, buddy. That more than hits as you blast into this thing, taking a chunk out of a section of its wing.
Get off our ship, scrap heap, light them up.
You can hear and feel its reverberations in its throat and its hot breath on you. As it begins rattling at the back of its throat and clicking and clacking its teeth together. The second one misses. That's going to bring us down to Luna, who's surprised for the moment. Domino's surprised. Jet, what are you doing?
So I hit up on the rail on this thing, and then I'm just gonna calm to everybody like, okay, guys, we got weird, creepy tentacle teeth people, and we gotta kill them. Oh my god! And I'm going to take out one of my guns, both of my guns, and I'm gonna point them down at this creature, and I'm gonna pretend to try to kick it. And then just before I do, I fake it out, and I'm gonna shoot it instead. I'm gonna try and do my clever feint. I can do it as a part of my attack roll. because I'm like level 8 or something. But I need to succeed a bluff check against its insight or its challenge rating plus half its whatever thingy. I don't remember what that is. Boop. It's a 34.
Yeah, you smoke it.
Cool. He's flat-footed. He has a -2 to his armor class. And I'm going to shoot him twice. Pew pew!
You fire off.
All right, I got one.
One of them blasts in as you're pressed up against the railing.
Got him. And then I'm going to scurry along. He'll probably attack me, but I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. And can I get this door open? Is it like a door, or is it like a...
It opens up as soon as you get close enough to it.
Cool. And I say, guys, we got hostiles!
It does have the ability to lock out if you need it.
Okay, I'm just going to open it. And that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm just going there. I'm going to keep it open.
Okay, so we have, and then for the record, we have 2 Bs on board. So B is going to be Brashul, E will be Beetle, and S will be Starlow at the moment.
Sounds good.
That brings us down to Scrap Heap. Is he going to do anything? And then we're going to jump to the top of the round. David, you are muted, sir.
Dude, I messed up and went for him already.
Got it. Okay, no problem. That brings us back to the top of the round as Jet, phasing through the wall next to you, is yet another Gorackle.
I'm safe! Ah! Another one shows up!
As it begins to pull up beside you. It is going to... I cannot find this bite on this fucking thing to save my life. There we go! There it is. It's going to try to bite at you. It rolls a natural 1, which is useless. And that is going to be its turn. The Gorackle number 2 is going to slide up. You guys don't need to worry about what Grackle 2 is doing, as it's moving through parts of the ship that are unknown to the crew, but people on stream are enjoying. Gorackle number 3 is going to try to continue to wear down and devour you here, Snicked. With a 25, it latches into you. That's only with its first one. That would actually be a 21 here. And it's going to throw... Whoops. Let me try that one more time. It's going to throw some damage here as it hunks down into you for 16. It follows that up again. This will be at another -4. Ooh, 13. Yeah, not enough with the second attack.
Crap, get these things off of me!
Gorackle 4 is going to take an interest in what is happening up here. So let's see how far this thing's going to move. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, just not enough. It is going to stalk up here quietly out of sight and kind of phase into this part of the ship for a brief moment.
What a poopy head.
Snicked, what are you doing?
Getting chomped on, apparently, and I don't like it.
Nom nom nom.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
We're going to have to try and light this guy up. Grackle 3. 21?
21 is going to hit. It's going to connect. Yeah, you blast into the side of it. Now, are you doing a full attack?
No, I am not, because in order to command Scrap Heap, I have to not do full attacks.
Sure, I got you. You can make Scrap Heap go on your initiative if you want.
Okay, nice. Scrap Heap, you know what? He is going to do a full attack, even though it didn't work out great for us last time.
He doesn't have ammo.
Oh, no! I got these like giant things.
I've been there, bro. I'm kidding.
Yeah. There. I bought like the biggest like battery packs you could possibly get. So to do full attack, right? You just hit the.
Is this
the
against
second
an
button.
EAC or KAC?
This is against
KAC of 19. Both shots are gonna miss as Scrap Heap is trying not to hurt you and hit you as it tries to take pop shots over here at the Gorackle.
freaking junk heap.
Luna, you've been alerted. What are you doing?
She pulls out her rifle and then realizes she's in a ship. And then she pulls out her knives and looks to Domino. What is that? What did he say?
Through the door.
Captain, there seems to be a commotion.
Yeah, no shit, no! Pew, 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 pew.
If you want, you can take your full turn, Luna.
Man, she doesn't want to go deal with that. They're in the. Can I lock the door from the side? I'm not going to. She wants to know all the options.
You totally, completely can. All it will do in reality is make sure that they die, and these guys will just face through the door.
Hey, who says that we're gonna die?
You can lock the door.
She doesn't know that.
Domino, you're on deck. We think about what you want to do. Jet, you're after him.
Yeah, she goes to the door and she opens. Does she see Jet in there panicking?
Yes, immediately. As this. So, Jet, how tall is Jet?
Oh, God.
6 foot? 6'1"?
No, he's
5'9"?
not nearly that cool. He's like 5'8", 5'9".
This creature, based off of his size, must be over 7.5 feet tall. As it has this neck the size of Jet's torso, and it's snapping down at him as it's spreading out this huge 15 to 20 foot wing spread.
She pulls her rifle back out. She's going to open up the door and just, do I have permission to fire, Captain?
Yes!
Captain said go.
Fire away!
I'm clicking it.
I shoot the captain.
Are you taking
Look
a
at me.
full attack or a single? Oh, I guess you move,
I'm
so
the
you can't
captain now.
take a full attack.
It won't let me roll it.
It won't let you roll it.
The whole thing.
Roll me a d20.
Oh, it's because you're
Attacking
attacking while
while
out
out
of
of
You
ammo.
don't have any.
That's it. She clicks and nothing happens, so she shuts the door again.
Domino, what are you doing? She forgot to reload.
Luna, what's out there?
The door opens up again.
She opens it so you can hear and then shuts it again. It's very bad.
Oh, no. And he looks back and points at the door, and I cast Hold Portal. It locks the door.
Okay.
It's now magically locked, and only I can open it.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And
Jet,
I
what are you
resume piloting the ship through the
Jet,
fucking
what are
drift.
you doing as this thing is trying to snap
Okay.
and eat your face off?
Not cool. So it's trying to eat my face. I don't like that at all. I'm going to try to fight it, and he's going to do his envoy thingy again. To fake this thing out. I'm gonna juke it, so I'm gonna go like right, and then I just juke left, and then I'm just gonna pew pew shoot it as I go along.
Fire away.
My bluff is a 26.
Yep, you're good.
All right. It is flat-footed until the end of my next turn, and it's flat-footed to all my companions. And then I'm gonna do my shots.
All your companions around you. All of them.
Everybody.
Yeah.
It is just like it's
Yeah.
freaked out now for like the whole round. 2 21s.
They both hit.
Hey,
They both connect as you
Awesome.
blast into this thing from the side into its torso.
Pew, pew, get off to the side, and then I bolt for the door. He like runs and he hits it. Beep 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 beep. Open the damn door! Ah, and he turns around with the two guns. That's the end of my turn.
1 minute, please.
Scrap Heap has already gone. Sander, you are in the medical bay working on your bomb. With Beetle, who's been staring over at you, with Starlo, who's been kind of curious, and Brashul, who has just finished that giant peanut butter sandwich, and it just has crumbs all up in her beard. What's happening?
You're screaming outside the door.
Why did I get stuck with Captain. There's
Yep. Yeah.
Do you need help, or should we stay
Yeah,
here?
I appreciate. Yeah, just a little bit of help. These things are really, really, really scary. They're like 7 feet tall.
Okay, Beetle, Captain.
I'm
wants
pretty
to
sure
help.
Snick is dead.
A what?
Snick, you dead?
Snake,
God,
you,
he's dead.
You hear this on the comms. He's still
Yeah, I actually do not answer him.
Oh my goodness! All right. Beetle, best if you go out and help the captain, and I will look after the woman.
Hey, I'm not a woman.
That's why
Beetle
you should go out
chitters
to
over.
help the captain, and I will look after the woman. I say, looking at the peanut butter covered fluff ball.
He kind of listens to the screams from Jet, and he goes, On second thought, our races are very confusing. And
Okay.
that's
Well,
back over in the corner trying to hide.
I stand here in the doorway. I look at my little arc pistol.
Are you gonna open the door up?
Yes.
It's right there, and it's kind of like crouching down, getting ready to like jump and use its wings as it leaps back at the end of the hallway to the now trapped in Jet here in the midst of the rogue infinity. You have it's like crouched right in front of you, and it doesn't seem to be looking at you.
Shit.
It's flat-footed.
I will.
I'll give you +2 to this because it's definitely about to pounce on Jet.
I'll shoot it.
The door opens. You
I'm
see
gonna
this.
die. Horribly.
It's definitely a Garaggle.
That's a definite hit, says I roll.
Hell yeah.
Definite hit.
For a total of 5 damage. 3 damage.
3 damage.
3 damage.
You deal out 3 damage.
Yes,
Is
sir.
Are you sure?
That's what the dice tells me. 3 damage.
That brings us to the top of the round. It kind of like stops for a moment and looks over at Asander, and then decides that Jet looks more meaty because he's just a brain in a jar, and it just and it tries to just slam you into the back of this door here.
Try not to get bitten by it, Captain. Their bite contains their eggs, which have a tendency to hatch inside of you.
26 is going to hit perfectly.
It's just on me, just mauling me. Oh, be careful. You don't want to get bit. I'm just dying.
Jet, you can feel the back of your head getting slammed into the wall behind you, the now magically locked portal or doorway. Asander, not all is right for you either, as this Garaggle phases through.
Oh, crap.
And you can see it kind of, and it stands up, and it fills the doorway.
Rushel?
It proceeds to pounce. It does.
Oh, it hits me.
Very much so.
It hits me on an 8.
It's going to throw some damage as it absolutely ravages you. As Brashul kind of looks up, and you can see her beginning to kind of transform and shift shape. She's melding up into something much larger. She suddenly stops and reverts back to that fox-like creature as the fourth and final Garaggle steps out from where it has been stalking its prey. And it comes up right on her. With an 18, it is going to hit and throw 18 points of damage.
One of those songs by Frankel Sintra, Now at the Very End?
And finally, the last one.
I do not.
Pissy.
It's all 1980s synth pop.
Oh, shit.
And finally, the last one here is going to continue to absolutely... I don't know why that did that. Did not roll damage. Roll damage over here at Snicked and throw another 17. You're doing everything you can to stay on your feet, Snicked, as this thing continues to hound and harass you, absolutely dwarfing you. What do you do?
So is a guarded step, that's a thing?
Yeah, you can move 5 feet.
Hey, we're going to do that. And we're going to put Scrappy... Get up there, you hunk of junk! What are you doing? You're not doing your job! So I'm going to shoot that fracker in the face.
You proceed to shoot him.
And, you know what? We were going to let loose with the auto pistol, but we're not going to take the multi-attack because that has not worked for us.
Several loud pops, pop, 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 as you guys are engaging and scrapping and moving around.
Die, you fracking sucker face!
Luna, what are you doing as you stand on the other side of this magically locked doorway?
She's going to look to Domino and say, "Open the door." And when I yell, shut the door again. It'll only be open for a second, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to throw the captain in here.
These are y'all are both back and forth to one another, so I can let you hold action until he does that. That's a non-issue.
Yeah.
So I look back and I move my hand and the door
She grabs Jet, yanks him in, and walks through the door. You could close it now, and then it closes behind her. That's her turn.
So you basically swap.
Yeah. To protect the captain, yeah.
Do you reseal it?
I can't. It's an action.
Okay.
So it's an action to undo it and an action to do it. So as soon as the captain gets thrown in, it's like, oh, good greetings, Captain.
Hey, keep the ship afloat. We need to take them down to the stern. I can't get to bring them up towards the bow, otherwise we're gonna ruin everything.
I guess.
Are you just shouting ship terms?
Yeah. What do you want me to say? The bottom? The front? Left? Right? What does that mean? God, I thought you would.
But the cargo's in the aft.
Stern.
All right, that's all I say.
Jet, it's your turn.
Enough with you, Domino.
Jet, it's your turn. You find
it's
yourself.
my turn. Cool. Is the door open?
It's closed, but it's not locked.
Closed, but not magically locked.
All right. I just need everybody's help. I'm okay. I'm not that scared. I open the door, and I run through, and if I can.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And if I can, I'm not going to do the clever feint, but I want to do an attack on Gorgackle 1 and attack on Gorgackle 4, if I can.
Okay,
Can I split it up into 2?
Yes, but you would provoke an attack of opportunity from the
That's
first
totally
one.
fine.
Okay, so is it going to take its reaction right there? You know what? We'll odds and evens it. That seems fair. It is not.
Okay.
So it ignores you for the moment as it sees a new challenger in front of it.
Sounds good. I am going to... we got to get the first shot on... this is a -4 because I think it's a -4, right? When I was doing the thing. Sorry, just double checking because I'm doing 2 different things here. It is +4, so -4 on both of these. I'm just going to do it manually because I'm not attacking the same thing. Boop, on the first one. That's a 18.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And then the second one on this guy is a... Wow, I am awesome today. Pew! Pew! And I'm going to run over to this door, and I'm going to... Can I open this door, too?
You can if you want.
Yeah, I want to open this door as well. And do I see a dead Snikt?
You see a very much alive Snikt who is cursing very loudly and filled with profanity at his helper robot Scrappy.
Perfect. That is all I am doing.
I just want to say that it's at this point that Space Odyssey starts playing over the loudspeaker of the whole ship.
Duh.
This is Major Tom to ground control.
Perfect.
Sander, what are you doing?
I step forward as best I can, and I will be trying to... I'm not entirely sure. It just says it's a standard action. It says range touch, so do I have to touch it?
Yes.
Okay. How do I touch it? What do I roll for that? I just roll... because I don't have a touch attack.
Roll me a d20.
Sure. There's a d20 for you. 18.
You hit. Its
Okay.
touch AC is nowhere near that.
It
I'm
does
looking at the stat
not
block.
get a saving throw. It just says... Okay, so yes.
Because you touch it. Right.
Yeah. It now understands common.
Okay.
I have shared language with it. And as I touch it, I shout, "If you stop, we will take you to the greatest feeding ground that you could possibly imagine. We mean you no harm. Just call off your attack now, and we will take you somewhere where you will feast for eons." It understands the language. It just can't respond because it doesn't have the right bits.
I'm check because it has some things on the stat block, and if you guys are following along at home, you'll see what I'm seeing here. Interesting.
There's just Bowie playing in the background while he's doing this.
Understands the language. Okay, give me a.
Floating in a tin.
I need a check from you for this. So I need some kind of something.
I'm being absolutely honest. I'm going to drop these things on the palace of King Corvallis, where there is tons of stuff there. So if you want me to give them there's no honesty check here, so I don't know what, a performance?
Yes,
No.
a persuasion.
Persuasion? Do we have
Do
persuasion?
they have persuasion still?
They don't have persuasion.
It's diplomacy.
Yes,
Diplomacy.
diplomacy. Correct.
Really? Thanks for that. Thanks for calling that one out. You chose that particular one
Yep.
specifically? The one that I only have plus fucking 4 in?
I have a plus 12.
You don't know what it does, but it does understand you apparently.
Food, lots of food, lots and lots of food. Just stop attacking. That's it. That's what I'm doing. That's what's done.
Planet Earth is
That brings us to Grackles.
I can
The
do.
Grackles. At this point, Luna, as you've stepped forward to try to protect Jet, and then you see Jet just haul ass right past you, right back immediately after you've tried to pull him back into the other room, you see this Grackle literally clinging and grabbing, and its paws and claws just literally cut into the metal walls, and it picks itself up and it climbs onto the ceiling, ready to pounce back down on top of you, which it attempts to do as it rears back. Ciao! Very obvious to you, and you quickly sidestep it. And I'm actually going to have you move as you sidestep this, and it crashes in. You may take an attack of opportunity.
Great. She has her knives out because, someone forgot to load their weapon. And she's going to give it the stabby stab.
The max stabby stab?
I can't use both of them, right? It's just a one.
It's just one, correct. For now, because this is just simply a reaction. Grackle 2 is going to... Which one is this? Yes. It's feeding on Brashul. It's going to continue to feed on Brashul, otherwise known as Agno.
What a tragic loss.
Okay, let me
The
just
thing they
mark
saved her
that.
get mauled in space.
Domino, they're going to kill Brashul if you don't come out.
Can we go back for that core that she told us not to take?
You probably could. I mean, you could do that anyways. This one is going to attack Scrap Heap. Why not? It hits Scrap Heap, and it's going to bite Scrap Heap as it digs in. Clank, clank. The last one is going to... So this one is the one that you tried to convince. Right, Lysander?
Yes, sir. Tried and failed.
And you can see it do something that absolutely horrifies you. While you are mostly mechanical from the remnants of your body that they tried to salvage, you do still have biological components. It begins to try to rip and pull with a sort of black inhale, and you can feel almost like your blood and the iron being pulled from it through some of your pores as it tries to leech a little bit of life from you.
I feel that my education was sorely lacking. when
It
came
misses
to creatures
wildly.
doing.
Snicked, what are you doing?
Why won't this thing freaking die already?
Coordinated attack, Snicked. We all have to fight the same one.
Because we keep rolling really piss poor. Oh my god.
Hit the broadside of a
What's
bar.
wrong with your aim, man? Come on.
I'm sorry, I know you're not supposed to laugh right in your player's face, but
Move away. A
You
little
lean
bit.
down. It's fine.
you're
Listen,
not
you can't
supposed
laugh
to
at your player.
That's what I like to do. Snicked, unable to connect as Scrap Heap is basically getting banged around down here at the bottom. Luna, what are you doing?
Buddy, stay in there. You got him. He's on the ropes.
You're cheering on your robot.
It's like, woo, 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 woo. What are you doing here, Luna?
I don't know. That sounded like a dying seal when you first started that.
Makes the R2D2 noise though. Wow.
She's going to. This thing is still above her, right? Or no, it pounced down, so it's down.
And you've
next
taken
to
a
her.
stab at it.
Gonna try a stabby stab.
Try to stabby stab. Both of those are only a +1 on there. Both of those miss pretty significantly, as this thing is pretty difficult and a lot quicker than it looks for its lumbering size.
Is the door still open between Luna and Domino?
It is.
You never shut it. And he ran out. Jet ran out and didn't shut it behind him.
Correct.
Nope. Sorry, I was a little busy shooting them.
She's just like, can you reload my gun for me? Please, my rifle. It's on the floor. She's just yelling out to Domino to reload her weapon.
Reload my gun.
Domino, it is your turn.
Well, first of all, just for me, what kind of action is it to reload a weapon?
I don't care at this point. You can reload it as part of your move.
So as the song crescendos to "Here Am I Floating in a Tin Can," oh, right. Domino leans over and flicks the switch to turn off default gravity, and then he floats over to her gun and loads it, and then pushes it out, so that everyone else who's using guns can still shoot from floating, and it's much harder for these things theoretically to attack them in melee. So I turn off default gravity.
This is ground control to me.
And you just see like Domino.
Luna's like swiping with her like knives.
And,
Just
and then he just like pushes the rifle as it just like spirals out.
Why am I drifting towards this thing?
And then he closes the security
You're
door.
a clink. Thanks.
You see him reactivate gravity on his boots and like and magnetize, and then it closes the door, and then clank, clank, clank back to the pilot seat and sits back down. You're welcome. Plays over the loudspeaker.
These things literally hunt in the drift.
I don't know about them. The doctor does, and he didn't fill us in.
I don't know about them either. I didn't know about the life-sucking vampires.
Oh my god.
Off kilter, I believe, will be a off kilter. We're gonna make as a save. We'll make it a reflex save. DC will be a simple. We'll make it a simple 15 since you guys are inside the ship and you have plenty of things to grab onto.
You guys roll it.
No, you.
Okay.
You'll need to do this every turn.
Every turn? Okay. All right. As my reaction, I can give you a +2.
So it'll be a simple 15 because you guys have plenty of things. Actually, that's not true. I think just to shoot, let's make it a 12 inside the ship just to shoot and take aim. So otherwise you'll be off kilter and you'll just have a -4 on your attack. Jet, what are you doing as you begin to float up towards the ceiling?
And I'm floating in the most peculiar way. I am going to
Die?
Okay, that one, yeah, sounds like a good action. Fucking
A free action, actually.
Gorgackle 3 needs to die. So I'm going to grab onto the edge of the door here and whoop, push myself in if I can.
Sure.
And then just like without the cool rocket boots, just like Star-Lord, I have both of my guns forward and my legs are flying up in the back and I'm just like pew, 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 pew as I just shoot this one that Scrap Heap is currently fighting.
So here's what we'll do. I'll make you go ahead and make your DC 12 reflex save to avoid being off kilter, and I won't make
Sounds
you do
good.
it again unless you do some crazy flip shit.
Okay.
I just want to say Grigackle sounds like when you don't know the name of something and you're like, oh yeah, no, it's the Grigackle.
Is that
It's a Garagackle.
It's a Grigackle.
It's a Gorgackle.
That is a fun word to say though.
Yeah, you're fine. You've got total control of your body. Make your shots as right.
All right. Pew!
They both
Dang.
suck hard.
Just go to the side of the wall. I'm helping.
Quickly, Scrap Heap, has Scrap Heap already gone?
Yeah, he goes on my turn.
Sander, what are you doing as you begin to float up?
What is this? Why have we lost gravity? They're taking over the ship, Captain. I suggest we make for the escape pods right now.
Oh, I think it was Domino. He's trying to help, but he's doing a bad job.
What? How does this help?
I don't
They
know.
can fly in space, for heaven's sake.
They got freaking wings.
Oh, shit. Would I?
This
do
is the
they
most
make-
uncoordinated bullshit I have ever seen
Sorry,
in my life.
I just really like the idea that Domino sits in his seat and he's like, I'm piloting, and then he looks over and in another seat is one of these things with hands, just like piloting the ship as well. Like he just knows what it's doing.
Just drooling over all the buttons.
Yeah.
What did you ask, guy?
Turning off the gravity.
It's like you made this encounter without ever seeing the rest of the episodes.
Of any of the seasons ever.
Yeah, so I failed my reflex save, so I have a -4 to my attack.
Yeah, if you want to attack, you're off kilter because you're just up, and you didn't grab the wall in time, and you're kind of floating, and you're in that like space between the floor and the ceiling with nothing to grab on, and you're just kind of trying to do this.
Do I think the picture kind of looked humanoid? What's the definition of humanoid? Are these humanoids? No.
No, they
Okay,
are not
good,
humanoid.
Good.
They
Yeah.
got big sucker
they are
faces. Nothing with a
outsiders.
sucker face is
Yeah.
human.
They have garbage disposals for faces.
And
He
I don't
envies
know
them.
how one doesn't metagame this, but I assume they're a very high level CR creature. So,
Not particularly.
uh,
I mean, you wouldn't know it from this
don't know that,
combat,
so
but not
I
particularly.
don't know how to use the spell because it specifically targets. Okay, fine. I'll just use the spell. I'm going to throw the spell at it because I can't do anything else. I release this gas from my suit, which is supposedly going to put them into deep slumber. But one or more living creatures with a total CR of 8 or lower in a 10-foot burst radius fall asleep.
Okay, they are CR5s. If you would like to know.
Okay, so the one in front of me falls asleep.
You can only target one at a time.
Well, it's a 10-foot radius, so I would
could target
have
more.
You would just put everybody else to sleep.
Yeah, so I'm just firing it at Gregackle 4
Okay.
in that passageway. Yeah.
So is it 10 feet out in every direction from you? Because
At the
where you are
same
standing would hit both of the Grackles. S is Starlo. He's a robot. So, and it would not hit Brashul because she is 5, 10, 15 feet.
Well,
because
you
they
said that
do
they're CR5s,
Pathfinder-
right?
Pathfinder diagonals.
So it doesn't matter because it's a total of CR. It's a total CR of 8.
I got you.
So it would only
wouldn't
affect
matter.
one of them
you
anyway.
want 4 down?
Yes, please. It doesn't say there's any saving throw. Spell resistance, yes, but no saving throw.
Spell resistance. Let me just check out. They do have some immunities here. Let me just check out what they are.
Sure thing.
Oh boy.
There shouldn't
Can
be
they
there
sleep?
shouldn't be a save because it's like you just put X
Yep.
percentage down.
It is an
That's
enchantment.
awesome.
It is compulsion. It is mind affecting.
It clumps down to the ground, and I will mark it upside down as it is in a deep slumber. Well done.
I would say teabag it, buddy. Have you seen that mouth?
That brings us to Grackle 1, who's going to try to continue to fight and attack Luna here. It does so very well. And Luna is continuing to take a bit of damage. We also have Brashul, who is continuing to get pummeled here. And actually, Brashul didn't go at the end of the last turn, so she's going to go here in just a moment. And then finally, the last one we have is going to turn, see these couple of shots at Jet, realize that Scrap Heap is not as delicious as it thinks, and it's going to dig itself in and spring itself forward, launching itself actually past you to attack you.
Ah!
Attack of opportunity.
You would. From both.
Burn him. Blast him. Punch him. Kill him.
Grackle 3. Oh, God. Does that hit?
That misses.
That misses. Freaking!
And Jet, if you had a melee weapon, you could theoretically take an attack of opportunity as well.
Can I kick him?
Sure.
Sweet. What do I use for
You
that?
basically have a monster that looks like it came out of Stranger Things. Kick it in
Nice.
the shins.
Melee, just regular melee?
Yeah.
To be fair, one of the kids had like a slingshot.
You tell me what happens.
Jet's like, all right, I'm gonna kick him, and he kicks forward, and he has these really big boots, and as he does it, he literally just swings upwards, not accounting for the 0G, and just spins. He's just like, oh!
The reason that you miss so poorly is as you kick upwards to do that, it phases out and phases back in, sending you flying and tumbling. Yeah, you're off kilter. That's gonna bring us down to Snicked. What are you doing?
I'm gonna freaking shoot this fracker, and I don't care about off-kilter because I got moxie.
Those are words.
Is that a medical condition?
I don't know. I don't know if that's a skill you have because this is Pathfinder. It's all foreign to me, or if you're just saying you have moxie.
No, Dave is just a really good role player. That's what's going on here, guys.
I don't know if moxie is a mechanic in Starfinder.
And I'll never tell.
That's right, Gargackle 3.
You blast
You're
into it.
heavy.
Do you have a second follow-up attack?
You know what? Scrap Heap is going. I got to make a reflex, right, for him to not be off-kilter.
He's a robot.
Yeah,
No, he's
he
fine.
also is climbing.
Yeah, he's fine.
All right,
he
perfect.
can latch on. He does not.
All right. He's
not
gonna
off-kilter.
let loose with the pistol, the semi-automatic pistol on him.
Luna, you're on deck here.
Get him, you freaking piece of junk! I'm getting a new robot.
Saber dice 4. That brings us down to Luna. What are you doing?
You know,
Stick with your parts.
sticking with parts. That's a 25.
You're
And
really
then
good.
she's going to shoot. She has caught her weapon, and she is now going to do some pew-pews.
Fire away.
He reload. How?
It's on your character sheet.
You'll see there's little circles next to the attack under the rifle itself. They've all got tick boxes in them. That shows that it's ammo used. You just untick them.
Yeah.
Look at Fantasy Grounds over here reminding people to reload their weapons.
Yeah, guys.
I heard the words that came out of your mouth.
So
Yeah,
And
lots of people.
if you have the
I got it.
You have to push the little
And-
dots. Yeah.
and
job.
you fire away. 17 hits their EAC. Throw damage. And yeah, you're starting to dig into them. Domino, what are you doing?
See, flying casually. The door is open, right?
Yep,
And there is Luna is fighting a creature in front of that.
correct. And as you can see from the map, this area at the bottom is actually kind of sunk in. So you do not have to move very far to be able to take a pop shot at it.
Oh, I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna look. As a robot, I don't get cover is irrelevant to me. That's the robot skill I took. So I'm just gonna shoot at this thing
Fire away.
with my shitty pistol. Because the door is not closed, and I'm terrified that the ship's gonna crash. This button. 25 to hit.
Way more than enough. Throw some damage.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage on Gorackle number 1. Well done. It
Nice.
looks pretty hurt at this
You
point.
hear, close the door, please.
Jet, what are you doing?
Domino, for the love of whoever decided to create you, turn the gravity back on. And I'm going to try to get back on kilter if I can do that.
Yeah, give me a save, bud.
How do you
All right.
Scottish?
I wish I knew.
Aw.
You're back on kilter.
Cool. I'm going to, as I just learned, just by reading my little things here, I'm going to do one attack, and as a part of that one attack as a standard action, I will try to feint the creature. And this time I'm going to make it look like I'm still spinning, and then go psych, pew!
Psych pew.
And that's a 20?
Um,
Dirty 20?
against its 10 plus half CR. You bluff it.
All right, sweet. So it is fainted for, what is it? What's it called? Flat-footed for everybody for my turn, and I'm going to shoot at it.
Shoot at it.
But I can only shoot at it once.
Shoot at it
Bang.
the once.
Gosh dang it! All right, that's it.
Sander, this one is sleeping.
There's one on Brushul. There's one on Brushul.
And she has sort of been
all right.
meeping and trying to change, and every time, you can tell, she's trying to morph into a different shape, but every time she tries, she gets scared or attacked again, and she just, reverts back very quickly to the shape that she's the most comfortable in.
Okay, so I see that. I'm going to try and dive tackle this creature to get it away from her.
And Beetle is literally covering in the corner.
Beetle's
like,
useless.
Oh, Beatles.
I should have never taken anything from Lisa. This is so stupid.
And he's kind of bitching in the corner. So yeah, do your things.
I'm going to try and dive tackle him.
Dive tackle him.
The grackle too.
You do your best Terminator tackle. How are you going to do that?
I'm not sure.
In space. You tell me.
Well, I can push off from the wall and just drift with intent to grapple.
You do your best Michael Phelps impression, and you just kick off and try to envelop this thing with your big robot arms.
Yeah.
Give me your CMB. Attack.
I've been looking for that, Hefe, but I don't know where it is.
It is. Let me see this real quick. First off, roll for me.
Sure thing. There's a roll for you. 4. I miss with anything.
Let me see what their save is. Here.
I can't see CMB anywhere.
And yours is. Let me just pull up your character sheet super fast.
Where is it?
I think.
And yeah, it's. You crash into the wall right above it, but the good news is that you do in fact have its attention as you go bouncing off the side past it.
No!
Grackle number 1 attacks.
Out of the blasted gravity.
31 is more than enough to hit Luna, and it follows it up with 17 points of damage. Grackle number 2. Garakul. He lunges at you, Asander. You've got his attention. 19. 31 is great as he lashes down in. And you can see his teeth clack, 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 clack on the top of the frame for your brain. And you can see scratch marks, which is very unnerving because this that encompasses your brain is the only thing that's keeping you alive, and it is unbelievably sturdy.
Yes.
Number 3. He is going to continue to launch over at Jet after being fainted. He does. And my God, 3 19s in a row from these guys. And he takes another chunk out of your leg. This has actually caused you to start bleeding, I believe. You are taking wounds now, aren't you?
Huh? Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Sorry. Repeat what you said.
Never mind. That brings us back down to Snicked. What are you doing here, Snicked?
I'm going to do Snick things and try and blast this frigger.
Please.
It is reeling at the moment. So, hold on. You need to do a whopping... Well, yeah. Throw some damage. Can you do 10?
No.
You can do 4.
Maybe scrap people do it.
You have a second shot?
Fucking I'm gonna repair the ship with your corpse.
KAC, even with the hot food, it's not gonna do anything.
Aiming chair out of you, scrap heap. Fragger.
Luna, you can hear Snicked cursing and threatening Scrap Heap in your comms because he has them completely open. Domino is still doing absolutely nothing.
I'm shooting this one right next to me. She's just, I picture every time he leaps at her, she just kind of either dodges or gets hit and just they keep circling each other because it's a small corridor. Mm-hmm. And I shouldn't do that anymore. I'm going to do damage now.
Nice. Very nice.
Now, are you going to full round attack?
That's it.
You would get a second shot, wouldn't you? You would get a second shot if you want a full round attack.
Oh, she was moving. I was going to move my... Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Ooh, that one.
That does 1 more point of damage. And are you applying the damage to the Grackle?
I had him selected.
Okay.
If you drag and drop your damage onto the Grackle, you'll do the damage to the creature.
Okay, it is... You can hear it kind of shrieking, and it begins to phase back. It is 1 hit point. Domino, what are you doing?
I also didn't deal my damage to the Grackle.
Ah, neat. Well, it would have died, but it has 1 hit point remaining.
Perfect. Cool. I follow commands relatively, and I lean over and I flip the switch for the gravity.
No.
The captain said turn the gravity back on. So everyone eats shit.
Everyone
you!
eats shit.
Does that do 1 damage to the Greco?
You know what? Because you made an
fall out of
earnest
his
mistake, and it should have already been dead, and it only had 1 hit point.
It lands on Luna's knife that it was floating previously.
I'm gonna say that you end up having its neck snapped in a loud, thicky crunch as the second shot from Luna had flipped it over, and it tried to turn and flip, and then quickly the anti-gravity slammed it back down onto its head, and it is dead.
How's it going out there?
I think this
John,
one,
You fucking scrappy friggin' rock!
I think this one just killed itself.
Great.
Gave up.
Help!
Oh,
Oh, please make sure the dog is all right.
Shit.
The Grackle's on top of him, eating his glass case.
All right. Jet, you're up. What are you doing?
Sweet. I am going to stand if I can.
You stand up.
I'm gonna look down at this thing, and I'm gonna
look up at
guess what, Cody? I'm gonna bluff it again.
You bluff it. Give me a roll. You smoke
32.
it. You smoke it.
Pew! All right, get dunked on with the 16.
It
Heck
hits.
yeah. Die, stupid. Yeah.
Describe how you feint it and then eliminate it.
Oh, so we literally just hit the ground. It's struggling to stand up. I kind of stand up quicker than it, and I load my pistol, and I do the same thing I did earlier. I kind of step back and then run forward to make it look like I'm about to like curb stomp it, but I just kind of stop, just execute it by pointing down at it while it's still at the ground.
Purple brain matter splatters all down around on the floor, and that brings us to a Sander, who is alone in a room. Just a
I'm not
man.
alone. I have 3 people with me.
But do you though? But do you?
You have 3 useless people with you, so you're basically alone.
You have a servant robot, a ship mechanic who has never fought anything in his life, and Brashul, who is a very powerful ancient race that is kind of having a bit of a Maui moment. From
To be
from
fair,
Moana.
there's 4 useless people in that room and a space alien, so.
I will remember that. Thank you very much, Mr. I'm basically an autopilot. Fine.
I am.
I'm going to do something silly here because Sander is desperate. If his glass tank gets destroyed, he is dead. Can I, from where I am, reach the trap box and
my God.
charge the antimatter spray all over this creature that has been loaded into it as the trap? Or even just bash it against the creature and
Yes.
just charge the antimatter spray?
No, yes, you absolutely can.
It might hurt Brashul, but I don't care.
Get your hands off this fracking thing, you fracking moron! You can't touch this, your face is gonna fracking melt off! You're so screwed, buddy!
Well, that's what I'm going to try and do.
So I know we kind of devised this last turn. I'm gonna give it a save. Did we come up with the save?
No, not yet. It was just a.
Because of the material here and so cleanly eating Jet's finger for organic material, and I remember telling you that while you devised the sleep portion of this, that you would have to find a way to get it directly on organic material, and it did not work on spacesuits or masks or anything like that. I'm going to give it a save for a reflex to take half. If it fails this save, and I'm going to set the DC
Takes
to
half disintegrate.
to
Yes.
22. I'm going to set this to 22. So here we go. Here's the roll. Please roll me 5d10 plus 5.
Plus 5.
5d10 plus 5.
Boom. 35 damage.
Let me just drop this 35 onto Greckle. This is number 2, correct?
Yeah, the one. Yes.
Killing it. Guy, if you could be so kind as to describe what happens here.
Bang, bang. That's how it happened.
All the while, the automated alerts going off.
Yes. Organic detected.
No, that's not what it says.
Oh,
Look.
God. What does it say?
Inorganic material detected.
What does it say, Snig?
Frack you, buddy! You fracked up big time, moron! I'm gonna melt your freaking face!
Guy, I hope that people are listening to the podcast version of this for some of our patrons who we make a podcast version of this for, because you didn't actually describe what you did. You just made a bunch of noises and hand gestures. So
That's all they need.
I think that is enough. I'm going to break combat here as you guys have one remaining Grackle and a space exit port if you just want to do that as quick as possible.
All right, no one touch the sleeping one in the corridor. It's sleeping. It should still be asleep for another 4 minutes, give or take. It speaks our language. I think if Snikt can help me, and perhaps Domino, we could build some kind of electrostatic cage. We could possibly keep this thing and unleash it on our enemies. Or it escapes and eats us. Captain?
Sorry, I was really in a rush right there of killing one of these things. It felt really, really good. Are they all dead?
Let's just say yes.
Okay. I just keep trudging along then, like nothing happened.
Just don't touch the one that's sleeping in the corridor.
What?
There's one that's,
You mean dead? You mean it's dead?
it could be. It could be.
Both of them are asleep?
It's a Schrodinger's Grackle.
I'm surprised that you understand that concept, Captain. No, not at all. It is definitely still not dead.
I'm gonna tiptoe my way over.
It's sleeping for another...
You can see its
3 minutes
lungs
now.
rising off of its chest.
Just bear with me, Captain. These can phase through solid matter, but
It's Darth Vader.
I suspect we could trap it in an electrostatic cage.
Okay, but it can go through walls. Why would that work?
Well, because an electrostatic cage generates an electrostatic...
Do we have any electrostatic cages sitting around?
We have Snikt and Domino. They could fabricate something for that for us.
Oh, just while it takes a nap, that's what we're going to do. That you can probe it.
I want to unleash it upon the Corvallis facility. Do you have a plan for rescuing...
Snake Domino, could you come up with an electromagnetic cage?
How much time do we have?
Shut the fuck up.
About
You
2.5
have
minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Captain, I can't hear you.
Are you freaking out of your mind? I'm not a freaking miracle worker.
Why are you
Told you got the wrong
whispering?
engineer. The little fat man with the moustache was better.
Okay. Can you take... I don't think we can keep this thing as a weapon or a pet. That sounds unethical.
No, but just flushing it out into space is basically just going to put it back in its natural habitat, Captain. Well, you better execute it then.
Yeah, I'd rather just... Okay, Luna, can you please execute the creature that's sleeping in a hallway?
Can you poison it? Can you knock it out with
It
something?
hands over to Luna, who's had her rifle an inch away from its head the whole time.
Wait, Luna, wait. Doctor, could you make a tranquilizer dart or something?
You
Keep
see
putting
it
it to
kind of
sleep.
begin to shift a little bit, like...
Can I shoot it in the head?
I could.
You
Hey.
can do whatever you want. Is that what you would like to do? For fun's sake, just roll all the dice. I hate any
Roll.
system that won't let you coup de grace something whenever you want
Bit of
to.
grouchy.
So if you want it very much to be dead, Luna, I will allow you to make it very much dead while it sleeps and you have a fucking rifle. I'm sorry. I find
yeah.
anything that won't let you instantly kill something sleeping with a gun,
I agree with you.
unbelievably stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're having the conversation, and she has just been staring at it with her weapon on it, and he's like, Luna, shoot it. And she just shoots it. You hear double tap.
But that's Luna's voice.
No, yeah, and through the comm, her.
It's not breathing. A moment later, Luna, it begins to kind of like do that chicken headless twitch. And
Does
then
it sound like Daffy
stops
Duck?
moving. And then it stops moving. And for all intents and purposes, the Grackles have been eliminated.
She kicks it a few times.
It
Well,
doesn't move.
Apple?
less loose ends, I guess.
Was anyone hurt?
Is
fine.
everything all right?
I just need to sit down.
I'm right where I was left off, and I'm arguing and fighting with Scrap Heap.
Good work, everybody. Domino, you lost a few points, but good work, everybody.
Brushel comes up, and she is actually covered in these big chunky bites into her shoulders, and she kind of looks down and she touches it, and the moment she touches it, you see her eyes roll back in the back of her head, and she turns into what appears to be a grackle. Unlike the fox-like Grethians, who had very distinctive blue fur with her tan fur, her natural sec skin tones that she takes during this transformation are remarkably close because of the natural skin tones from the grackles. So she looks just like one. And then a moment later, back down to Grethian form.
Well, that could be useful, I suppose. So no one was hurt?
Hey, I got bites all over the place. Can we go back there where those parts were? I need to build another drone. Scrap Heap.
Oh, you sound sad.
Yourself. Faker.
Hey, have we ever thought about the idea of what the difference in sentience is between Scrap Heap and Domino? Is there a difference?
No.
Yeah, Scrap Heap's
What about our toaster? Is it got the same, like, do we need to treat it with the same amount of respect as we treat Domino?
No.
Luna drags that giant thing by one of its legs into the medical bay where there seems to be a fiesta going on, and just kind of drops it. I believe toasters are quite useful for humans to cook food. Am I right?
Yeah.
It depends on how you feel about toast.
I would love as much respect as the toaster.
I miss toast. I used to like toast for breakfast.
Thanks for reloading my gun, Domino.
Don't drop Domino into your bath.
You're welcome, Luna. Glad I could help.
Captain, Stick, you say you're wounded? Better come to Med Bay.
I'm fine. I just need
Med Bay.
And if everyone in Med Bay can politely and kindly fuck off, I have wounded coming in.
Would you like me to leave this or take it with me?
No, leave it here.
The leg.
No, leave it here, leave it here, leave it here. I have things to do with that corpse.
I've seen what you do in here. And then she just steps over it and leaves.
Yes.
A few minutes later, probing commences. What do you guys do? I'm teasing.
That's all, folks. We're done for the day.
Guy, what are you doing with this particular creature? Are you trying to salvage something out of it?
Yes, I want to take as many samples as I can. I want to understand how they can phase through ordinary matter.
Sure, you can begin studying it.
Yep. But Snick, you are actually injured. You have wounds.
Oh, no, I don't have wounds. I have fatigue.
Oh.
But I got a lot of it.
Interestingly enough,
Sleep it off.
Sander, after your hypothesis of putting it in sort of an electrostatic field or a cage, as you begin to test some of the different flesh and materials, trying to see if you can't duplicate the ethereal shift, you notice that it immediately turns black, crisps, and withers the moment an electrostatic charge is introduced to it. So any type of electrical weapon or bars or cage probably would have worked.
My genius is wasted here.
You're not wrong.
While Ascender ponders his wasted genius, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna spend like 20 minutes fixing Scrap Heap
Well done. All right.
and bitching at him the whole time, though, and letting him know how useless he is.
What about you, Luna?
She's reloading her weapon and, cleaning up because there's probably goo everywhere and tentacles.
Slimy goop in places. Domino?
Still piloting.
You're very much aware of the fact that you had no need to pilot any of that. This was basically a big Stargate tunnel here in the drift. You'd have been fine. And then Jet,
Shush.
you're quite positive, by the way, that at minimum, Snikt and Luna know that there was no need for a pilot. And you're pretty sure that the captain also understands how to run the ship.
I don't believe that the captain knows how to run the ship. I'm positive that Snikt knows I wasn't doing anything, and there's like a 30% chance he believes that Luna knows that he wasn't actually doing anything.
That's why she asked him to reload the gun, so he could be helpful for once.
Look, I know where it's supposed to go and
You
what
can't even
it's
make
supposed
toast.
to
Shut
do.
up.
I killed a guy.
Jet, what did you say?
I know where it's supposed to go and what it's supposed to do. I don't know how to make it do that, but I know that part. He's like an old man that doesn't know how a computer works. Except he's not old. He's just dumb.
Like Domino is like if you ever played Mass Effect, he's Edie, right? He just is the ship. Boop boop beep boop. I am autopilot.
The remaining days in your drift travel give the crew a chance to recuperate and rest a bit. The functionality of the ship is minorly restored by Snikt. You're able on the third day to get some additional power to the second thruster that it was struggling. It is a patchwork fix that will almost assuredly come undone the immediate next drift jump. But the crew here on the Rogue Infinity, you guys know that you are getting close to the large city planet of Kranto.
I would like to record a message to Lacia and time delay it by 24 hours before it sends out.
Okay.
If that's possible.
Would you like to disclose what is going to be on that message, or is that something you would like to send me privately?
No, well, I can tell you what's in the message. It's Sander just telling Lacia that they have come to save her. And they have given everything they can to save her because the whole crew absolutely believe in her and her cause. And even though he knows that strange brain in a jar like him and a beautiful, intelligent woman like her could never possibly be together, he always will have a special place for her, no matter what the outcome. And she has to complete her mission if she escapes. And that is their goal, is to get her to escape so that she can find these Terathum spheres and destroy them. Because if they fall into the wrong hands, the universe is finished. So, yes.
Is this a genuine message?
Genuine,
or
absolutely genuine. That's why he's delaying it by 24 hours, because he hopes he's going to have rescued her by then, got married and had 3 children. But that's not going to happen. So this is him genuinely signing off, because if they're going to charge into King Corvallis's headquarters, or in this, well, not in the headquarters, but in, if they're going to go into this Leola House, if Luna's been there, it's got to be a hardcore place. So yes, it's a genuine message of devotion and undying support that Sander has for Lacia. So that's what he will send us.
Emerge from the drift back into space and into the star system here with Kranto. Now, you know that Kranto is mostly, like, they call it a city planet, but it's not really a city planet. There is a large main section of habitable area that is an enormous city, exactly like what you think, and that is a pretty significant chunk of the livable area. In addition to that, the rest of the planet has been outfitted to basically serve as a factory hub, and so workers will literally all stay in the kind of small livable area, which you wouldn't even be able to tell. It looks like something out of Blade Runner, with buildings reaching far beyond even what you can see, up into kind of breaking the planet in this livable area up into multiple sections based on kind of how wealthy you are, or if you own one of the factories versus if you work in one of the factories, or if you're a superintendent or something like that, where you're kind of necessary. And then the rest of the planet is basically a big hub of factories. So it's very smog filled, and the places that they built this on, they can work in very cold temperatures and very hot temperatures, which this planet does have big swings. With the city portion of Kranto, it actually rotates so that it stays in complete darkness the whole time. It rotates in sync with its particular star, making this area temperate and kind of livable here. As you guys emerge, coming in onto Kranto, is there anything you're wanting to do in particular? Jet, you've been to Kranto before with Lacia.
That's right. What did we do?
You tell me, what did you do here? What was your reason for joining Lacia here on Kranto?
Oh, we did my little backstory thing. That's what we did here. We if I can find it. We went to a hang on. Oh, I have it.
Critical Role would be so proud.
What? We went to this bar place. It was called Super Turbo Wrangler, and we heisted this gun called the Golden McNamara 5000, and then we pawned it off. And that's something we did. We were trying to gamble for it, but it didn't work at all. We were having really bad luck. So we just stole it, and that was easier. And that's what we did. Good times. I think and reminisce.
You think fondly. You think fondly back on your adventures here with Lacia, previously visiting Kranto. The rest of you are coming into port, unless there's anything else you want to do.
Before we exit the drift, I'd like to mask our ship signature.
Okay.
I believe you need to roll for that or something.
You can certainly try.
27.
Ooh, scary.
Just as an aside, before we arrive at Kranto, does anyone know anything about this Leola House at all? This club.
I rolled that.
That's Luna did, right?
I don't think I do. But, I mean, I have criminal background, so I could, secret criminal stuff.
I think we all rolled, and only Luna knew stuff about it.
That's right. I have no idea.
Luna, do you remember what you remember about it?
No.
It's one of the many. It's one of the many sort of like. It's seedy, but it's not seedy like. Everybody there is gangsters and stuff. It's seedy like it's kind of faux pas, seedy. It is a gambler's den that, like a speakeasy sort of vibe.
Like Vegas
No.
or Atlantic City?
No. It'd be like if somebody... these casinos aren't... Some of the casinos have rights and have earned and paid whatever taxes, etc. And so they have legit casinos here. This is not one of those. This is not one of those.
So 1920s Atlantic City.
Sure.
And she would share the information about any information she had about the planet.
Do you think we should go under disguise, Captain? I mean, we are fairly obvious.
Oh, yeah, we should definitely go into disguise. I can disguise myself. I'm quite good at disguising, actually. Could change myself into anything, although all of you, I don't...
Why don't you disguise yourself into somebody who can buy some parts and fix our damn ship?
I could do that, yeah.
There are two types of individuals on Cranto, and only two types. There are the blue-collar people who work in the factories, and there are the people that arrive to negotiate, set up other, set up a new factory or hire out a factory to manufacture something for them. That's about it.
So,
what should we go as?
I don't know. Tourists would blend in.
Tourists?
Luna would have disappeared, gone and changed. I have quick disguise, and then she'll come back.
Sorry, Cody.
What are you disguised as?
She's going to wait until we're about to leave, though, because it doesn't last very long. But she's going to wear, like typically, like, what a woman would wear if she were going into, like, gamble and, wander.
Sure. I mean, there are the blue collar workers do have families here.
There we go.
The blue collar workers do have families, but there's outside of that, there's not a lot of other stuff happening on this planet.
There's blue collar workers, and who's the other one again? Sorry.
Rich people who are hiring manufacturers to make things for them.
Oh, I'll totally try.
That's what she's dressing as, going as her boss's emissary.
In my head, this whole planet is the 1920s, and Luna's in like a flapper dress.
Yes.
Except there's just poisonous smog in the air.
That's the 1920s. It's fine.
I would like to use my handy dandy. What's it called? No, it's my not that. My hollow skin, which is just a wristwatch that changes the way I look, like a disguised self spell, and make myself look like a. What are the bug people called?
Sheeran?
Yeah, I will be a Lashunta, the people with the little antennas.
I'm very familiar.
Yeah, and I'll be maybe a little bit taller than I normally am, and I will be like a ambassador, like nobleman who has come back to his home, and he's very rich, and he wants to just, do stuff. I don't fucking know. And I'm gonna make him wear very fancy clothing, and maybe he looks like a general of some sort, and he's a Lashunta, and that's that whole thing.
You're a rich Lashunta, all right.
Yes.
Luna, you were disguised as a. You know what you said.
Like a wealthy woman who's going to like deal on behalf of
human or android.
Human. She just has. She normally looks pretty human. Until you see lights. So she would have like a wig that she takes off, and she puts on one that's like really long so you can't see her spine glowing.
Those darn LEDs.
Domino, you do your best to disguise the ship's tag. So you change it over to BFS 7817S. Sander, you're doing more probing, I'm assuming?
No, I'm going to try and disguise myself as an android.
Can't do that one.
So I'm going to take spray paint and just spray over the glass dome, because it really, it's not meant to reveal the brain underneath. There was supposed to be a human head there looking out of it, but I don't use that for looking out of. It's all sensory data input that I get. So I'm going to spray paint that solid so it looks like a solid thing, and then I'm going to grab some maybe welding goggles from Snicked, if you mind, if I can borrow these.
I got extra, sure, why not?
Perfect. And then I'm going to put the welding goggles on top, and then I'm going to turn around to Snicked. I am now robot. How are you, Snicked?
Freaking perfect.
Great.
See, Scrappy,
Captain, good to go.
Jet.
None of us talk like that.
Yes,
all right, so we've got a lot of our disguises. I'm thinking that maybe that Snicked could be our pet rat. How does that sound?
I'm gonna freaking give you a pet rat, buddy. Right in that. Where the sun don't shine.
Sorry, the DM was telling me something. What was
Jet,
it?
you have to figure out where you want to port. So where do you want to come in at? Do you want to There are, you having a criminal background and having been here before, there are certain parts that you know are less watched.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Or there are ports that are more a little bit on the up and up, which might be better for you. Where do you want to head? Do you want to head to the seedy underbelly, or do you want to pay your taxes?
Let's stay low and go to the seedy underbelly and just hope our disguises hold up. But we'll gather less attention, I'm hoping.
Okay. You get hailed as you guys place out the calls for a report. It takes about an hour for you guys to make it down, and eventually you touch down, exchange a few cred sticks with a handshake, and you...
Oh, I've got a name for our ship in case we need to explain who we are. I've thought that the Limited Paladin would be a good one.
I don't care. Next!
All right, well, we're the Limited Paladin.
Great. Sign whatever you want.
Name, Captain.
What?
Never mind. I am robot.
Why are you doing that?
Limited Palatine. All right. Next. All right.
Paladin. It's a paladin. Fine. I'm going to make my way along with the party behind me, hopefully.
You guys find yourselves kind of in the lower sections of the city, much closer to the ground level. If you are organic, it is very hard to breathe. And the world is your oyster. Where are you headed off to?
All right.
I'm allergic to seafood.
We do need to repair a ship, but we also need to find Lacia. So, where shall we go first?
Do we have any credits to repair vessel?
No. Well, maybe. Let me check my tread stick.
I also would like to know if you...
Yes, I have some.
Beetle and Brashul. What are you guys doing with them?
Wait, sorry.
Are you bringing Brashul along, or you're leaving her on the boat?
Let's leave them on the ship. Unless you guys have a very specific reason as to why we want to take Brashul with us. I think it's a bad idea. Might just make us look, we're just looking for Lacia. She's not going to stay on the ship.
She agrees pretty quickly and easily. She has been working over the last few days, changing her shape over and over and over again into different forms. Some of these species you've never seen before.
Right?
Luna, has the captain always sounded like that?
Was he talking? I can't hear. She pulls up a bunch of the hair because she has the wig on. That's all curly and nicely done, and you can tell that it never gets used because they're always fighting things. She's like, "What?"
It's a robot wig.
Yeah. I'm just going to pretend that I don't know any of you.
Great.
Okay.
Well then, shall we? I think we need to find Lacia. I think that's a good idea. Maybe we should...
I hear it now, Domino. I hear it. I understand.
He's doing something different.
He's trying to put on airs, as the humans say.
But if he needed to put on hair, he could have just asked you.
I don't know why I try with anything.
No, why don't we shop by a mechanic place first, and then ask them to repair the limited paladin, and then we go off and find Lacia.
I keep thinking I should space a lot of you, but at this point, I think I'm just going to space myself the next time we leave.
Are you saying you're going...
Here today, gone tomorrow, Snick?
Why? I must have done something really terrible in a previous book. It was really bad.
Wow.
What the fuck is this
If
shit?
we're done splitting hairs, can we continue?
After you, Captain.
Yes, Captain, let's move on to the next harebrained scheme.
Yeah, fracking Captain. Let's go fracking do something. Anything.
Right then.
Just don't talk.
I could really barely sit through all of that. Now listen, you guys are heading off to where?
We don't know, Cody.
I am going to make my way to a nearby mechanic store or a mechanic place, a place where we could get our ship fixed.
We don't have any money.
How is he a captain?
No money.
1,300.
So our money got stolen when we were in the blood thing, and then we've never made a single dime.
I made money after that.
No, we sold a bunch of drugs to buy our way into.
Yeah, I started the game with like 0 credits, and then Cody gave us 1,300 credits somewhere, and I have it.
It might be from the stealing of the drugs.
Yeah.
Okay. Money.
And if I can, I'm gonna go in and just find out how much ship repairs cost, because I don't really know.
He says you go in and you see a big, long-nosed, gray-haired, sort of humanoid creature that seems to kind of resemble an elephant with its face, with a long, but a much longer and fatter jowl.
Hello.
Yeah.
We need to repair our ship.
Yeah, that's not a problem. We'll be able to look at it. So I got to send a droid over, all right? He's got to take a good long look at it, right? He's going to do all the fixings up. He's going to check the undercarriage, right? Very important to have a clean undercarriage, all right? He's going to check all that, check out your damage. You come back to me, no problem. We'll put up a quick little quote for you. Easy peasy done, just like that. You know what I'm saying? But until I actually see the work that needs to be done, I can't give you no pricing, all right?
Okay, well, we're in docking bay, blah, 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 blah. Yep, there we go. Just let me know what the quote is. My number is beep, 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 boo. There we go.
Yeah, not a problem, buddy. All right.
All right, great. Just let me know when you do. Okay, let's leave.
I mean, you shouldn't be flying so close to stars and stuff, but, you know, you probably know that now.
Of course, it was just a miscalculation. My crew's an idiot. They're all idiots. They're all stupid and they don't know what
Well,
they're
you
doing.
know the saying, right? If you're going to have that crew and you hire them and they're idiots, you know, maybe that makes you not so smart. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, whatever. It's none of my business. I'm not trying to be up in other people's businesses. All right? I'm just trying to, you know, run my business. All right? So I get your quote.
Was that whole thing the same?
Yeah,
Thanks. Thank you.
Something like
Thank
that,
you very
yeah.
much. I appreciate
Wow.
Your robot, I could probably fix that stutter too if you want, you know?
Oh, please, can you?
I mean, I
In-
probably could, you know, I just got to crack them open a little bit, get my hands up in there, get them a little greasy, get them a little dirty, you know, I like to poke around a little bit extra, give them the real, you know, real spit shine, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Maybe not.
no, thank you.
Great
I'll
memory,
dump
I got tons of RAM in the back, you know what I'm saying?
Please don't spit on me.
Anyways, a quote. That's totally fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll
Thank you
shoot it
very
over
much.
to you. You like email, you like fax, you like, you know, special messages, I don't know what you use, but I'll get it to you, all right?
Got it.
It's
Right
just-
then.
I'm serious about that robot, though. Think about it.
Okay, I will.
Clean
Yeah.
you right up, buddy, you know? And it won't be that pricey, I'm just saying.
No.
All right, I hear ya. All right, I'm coming, Ma. Hang tight. And he
I'm gonna walk out.
trunks off to the back.
All right then. Shall we continue on to find Lacia? Let's do that. Yes. Can I locate wherever the Luna? Where is this this place that she is?
Do you remember the name of it?
Captain,
What?
I don't. Oh, God, I did it myself. I don't think we should use our proper names or refer to the individual we're here to rescue as in her name in public, perhaps. No? Yes,
I just didn't think about that. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that.
perhaps. Good idea.
Okay, let's all have code names. So I point at Luna. You are
He's
Dick on
Toaster.
Space Rat.
okay. Yep, Domino.
Domino's Toaster.
Don't say his name. Toaster.
Toaster is Toaster.
Toaster. Yep, Toaster's Toaster. We've got. I point at Doctor.
Captain, and she points over at Snicked.
No, you can't call Captain. I'm Captain.
You can't be. That wouldn't be a code name.
Okay. Doctor is going to be your
Krang.
Krang. All right, Krang, Toaster. We'll call. You know, I point at Snicked. 'Cause
Captain.
No. It has to be something really funny, like.
Just don't say R-A-T.
Do you like the name Hamster? All right, you're Hamster. Hamster,
I'm
Toaster.
gonna freaking murder you in your sleep.
That's not nice, Hamster.
My name's Monopoly, and you and we can make I point at Luna.
Miss Moneypenny.
There we go, Miss Moneypenny. I'm Monopoly, Mr. Monopoly Man, and we've got Toaster. What the hell did you give the name to the doctor?
Krang.
Krang, and
Krang.
Hamster. Cool, great. Let's go, guys. That was definitely useful. Let's keep.
The five of you argue outside about what the hell to call each other. Basically, just sitting outside of this guy's
I
shop
give myself a monocle.
on one of these long pods that leads to a bridge across to the other side of the street.
Wait, the Monopoly Man doesn't have a monocle. Never mind.
So, who remembers where Lacia was located?
Leola House.
Leola House.
Monopoly. Did that hurt, that process of coming up with names?
Well, I could have done it a lot faster, but you all get really offended really quickly, so I was trying to be nice. Except to Snicked. I hate Snick. Snicked. He's mean.
Interesting. Perhaps group therapy when we're back on the ship.
It's okay. I think that's just our friendship, is that we hate each other all the time. Right, Hamster?
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm really just gonna bite you right on your calf one of these days.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of blood.
Yeah.
That's why I always record everything.
What?
What?
You record everything?
Cody, do I remember where I was last time I was here? Like maybe contacts, or like maybe I could use my boss's name to maybe like leverage a little bit.
Yes, I was under the assumption that your boss was Jet because you kept calling him Captain for some reason. But yes, you can absolutely leverage people's and people that you know and have seen and visited. And it wouldn't take you probably more than an hour to locate, kind of like not only locate but also get to Leola House. The Leola House.
I don't want to speak out of turn here, but what are we doing?
Looking for Lacia.
No. You all put on fancy outfits and came up with code names, but what's the actual plan?
The plan is to go to where we think Lacia is, and if the crew of the Rogue Infinity shows up, just walking up, then they're gonna know we're putting on disguises so they don't see us coming.
Mm-hmm. But when we get in there, what are we gonna do?
I don't know because we don't know anything.
Get the lay of the land. Understand our opponents. Divide and conquer.
Right.
Okay.
Why? Do you think
we really got a plan? And that's how we normally operate.
That seems to have gotten our ship exploded and us almost dead every time.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that's what we do.
I think we work best under pressure. I think that's like when we do our best work.
No.
It's like art, you know? When you're doing art and there's like you're under pressure, you're just so good at it. If we just came up with a plan and read a bunch of things, somebody would break the plan because you all don't listen to me anyways, and then we would all just do our own thing. So we kind of just have to be ambiguous about it and go, well, hope we survive, because that's how we work.
Okay.
So being purposefully duplicitous, it would be ambivalent, Captain.
Do you want me to come up with a plan? A very specific.
No, we absolutely don't want you to come on. Luna, didn't you like kill people for a living or something? That seems like it would require planning.
You mean Miss Moneypenny?
Yeah, her.
It pans over to her just in a bar somewhere ordering a drink, trying to network and find her contact.
Where did Miss Moneypenny get to?
Did she leave again?
Yeah. She's always wandering off. I bet she can come up with some really good plans, though.
Lauren, it's not long before you find out where Leola House is. You casually drop it so as not to arouse suspicion here. As the Rogue Infinity crew, I guess you guys still think that you are walking into a trap. At least that's what you told me last week. So, yeah, you know where the Leola House is. If that's all you're inquiring about, then you certainly can find it.
Yeah, she'll head there.
With the rest of everyone, or on your own?
As soon as she gets the information, she'll go to the restroom and kind of just over the comms quietly make sure no one's in the restroom, obviously. No one's listening.
Just me at the secret spot. And then, like, one stall over there, like,
eagle has landed.
Caca.
The monocle is on. No.
Absolutely. So you guys have that information.
Then I guess Luna found it. Let's go. I'm going to start making my way over.
You start heading towards the Leola House, which is a gambling den. This one is, in fact, one that is legal to have here. That's why it's such an easy name to drop, even though it is still located in this part of town. As you guys make your way in, it's exactly what you think of a normal casino, right? It's literally designed here to keep the blue-collar workers and their families entertained enough to keep all their wages and earnings here on planet. That's it. For people to take advantage of that. So inside you find a very smoky room with terrible old carpet and awful rundown pure robot waitresses and waiters and servants that come down and take pictures and pool and roll the dice. All of the dealers here are in fact robotic, and the only humanoids are behind the bar, ironically. They don't trust any of the humans to run the games, but they do trust them to still have a human face here, a friendly face behind the bar.
Is there a hotel component to this?
There is a hotel component above it that goes probably 10 floors.
The room that Lacia was in when she was doing the recording, did it look like a hotel room, or did it look more like a basement type of space behind her?
It looked like a room.
Perhaps one or some of us should book a room.
Sure, no problem. I'm going to walk up to the front desk if I can, and I'm going to go up to the dude in my Lashunta form and say, "Oh, good evening. I was wondering if I could rent a room."
Of course, good sir.
Yes.
How much did you want to spend?
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, we have a lot of accommodations, and typically the easiest way to approach this is just ask how much you'd like to spend. We have accommodations for all budgets, I assure you.
Who am I talking to right now?
You're talking to just like a little squirmy human that is just straight up human. He does have the red skin tint that you guys have seen before from Akaton.
I'll say, what do you recommend?
Oh, well, if I were in town doing business like yourself, I would want to make sure that my contacts were properly impressed. And a great room booked here at the Leola House is a fantastic sign and way to do that. We even allow special meetings upstairs, if you get my drift.
Special meetings?
I see that you don't have a ring on your finger. We have accommodations for all types.
I understand. So, anyways, as I was saying, what if I wanted to send a message or just get something, a little on the down low, like you? I don't need a whole lot of attention, nobody looking at me. I could just be in my privacy.
Well, sir, I'm sure that you understand that we are a legal establishment here, unlike some more seedier establishments. But what did you have in mind?
Just someplace I could, I'm going to... There's no physical version of credits, right?
It's a cred... Yeah, there's cred sticks. I mean, it's like a...
Right.
It's like a USB stick that says you have money.
Can I put like 200 credits down and just be like, maybe a little bit of information might go a long way.
He slides it over. You can see the like quick little flash of it running the money behind.
Can you tell me if anybody by the name of Lacia stayed here?
One moment.
Domino.
While he's doing that, I turn around to the rest of the party and just do and go back around.
I'm spending the only money that we have left.
Cody, what's the tech level in this room?
So it's surprisingly high. As any establishment that people want to cheat when they gamble. So it has certainly enough stuff so that it has, that it has security systems. Not only will it be difficult to hack, but they also have lots of triggers that will alert people if any machines are being tampered with. And so they're quite confident to have all sorts of stuff. There's TV rooms and sports betting from other planets, and there's all sorts of really, really high-tech stuff in this casino. Sure.
The thing about hacking is it's real easy if you have direct access to the computer you want to hack. So while Jet is, I assume, distracting people and not actually trying to buy information, I would like to cast Detect Tech and find out where all of the cables that are carrying all this data sort of go back to.
Yeah, there's plenty of hubs here, but most of them you can see run back behind the cash-out place in the casino. Have you been inside of a casino, Mike, I'm assuming?
In real life, like Mike has? Yes, I have been.
Of course you have.
Domino?
Jacob, probably not. You're only 21. You've only had a few months to go, right?
It's true. Weeks, maybe?
I have been inside a casino.
Like a
know what they look like?
Or children's.
Smell like
Chuck E. Cheese?
Beat me to it. How many tickets did you have?
Like a Dave and Buster's?
Sweet Green Lantern.
If I gave you a sample of our friend's DNA, could you devise a scanner to find it, perhaps?
Our friend's DNA? Maybe. I think that snake would be better for that.
Oh, I just thought you could do your thing and talk to the computers and use internal sensors for it. But all right. Hamster.
Jet, the guy looks up.
Okay.
I do not have Alacia, having stayed here.
Is there any aliases that she might use that we would be aware of that we could kind of...
Possibly, yes. So, who wants to try to recall Lacia's aliases?
Wait, no,
I have worked with her before.
Can I try to do a thing?
Sure.
What kind of role is it?
It would be in intelligence-based. It's not culture. It would be... Give me 1 second here. I got to pull up all the skills.
Life science?
Madly in love and have built a shrine to in your private medical...
That was the one. I knew that there was one that was perfect for it. Madly in love skill. Yeah, go ahead and give me one of those. This would be a simple...
Physical science?
Maybe we'll take culture.
Culture?
I'll take culture.
Nope.
Dice 4.
I don't use nicknames.
Jet, you know that one of her absolute favorite go-to aliases has always been Bobby Yakis, who is her favorite electronic dance and jazz musician back in Absalom Station.
All right. Long shots, but maybe you could search for a Bobby Yakis.
1 moment, sir.
Great.
Oh, dear.
Yes?
It appears that we, at one time, did have a Bobby Yakis staying here, but she is, unfortunately, no longer staying. I do not have a checkout date. She had a medical emergency.
Oh, I understand. You didn't keep any tabs on it, did you?
No, sir. She had a medical emergency.
And she just disappeared one day. Is that what happened?
She had a medical emergency.
Right.
That's all
I'm
I
asking
can say.
if you know any more than you're letting on. Look, it's a
Sir,
little
I
bit
have no idea what you're talking about. If you would be so kind as to refer any further questions back to this individual, we'd be happy to help you in any way that we can. And he slides across a big sheet of paper, or like a little piece of paper for you. As you look down on it...
last thing. Sir, please, last thing. What room did she stay in? I'd like to rent that room if I could.
Sir, I'm sorry you know that I can't tell you that, but I'm sure if you refer any further questions to that number, they'll be happy to assist you.
Right, yeah, thanks, buddy. I'm going to back away from the counter. I'm going to go back to the group. Yeah, she stayed here. He won't tell me where. And he gave me his stupid paper.
What does it say?
Yo, dumbass.
Yeah, we could call them and ask them, I guess, if somebody wants to go through the stupid fucking hotel helpline.
Oh, I don't mind if it will help us find out.
Go, do it. I give him the paper.
It has a single room number on it. 7187.
Snicked.
I suggest we all go to the communication hub on the 7th floor.
That sounds like a great idea. Let's do that.
Has Jet ever done a crime? Okay.
Everybody stares at Domino.
I follow Sander.
Everybody stares at Domino. No idea.
Domino shrugs, assuming Jet's never done a crime, and follows the Sander.
Sander, if you proceed upstairs,
Yeah.
once you make it to the 71st floor is what you realize, not the 7th floor, of the overall building, because the elevators go far below past the casino. You find a room at the end of the hallway that has had several pieces of, like, tape put around it.
Hey, you found it.
He does this, but his entire front of his helmet has been painted a solid color.
What is he doing?
And I point at Luna.
Luna, can you get in there? Maybe you and Domino?
Sure.
Break into that room?
She's going to try to open the door first.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe
Luna,
open the door again.
give me a... so I'm going to make you... You're doing that anyways. This will be as you open the door. Give me a perception check, if you would be so kind, madam.
Happily. So 24.
You
Nice.
notice, as you put your hand and begin pushing forward, you realize that wasn't shut. And the door swings open. Inside, you hear, shit! And a shot goes off in your direction. And that is where we are going to end our session for the evening. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Of course it's going to end there.
For more of this bullshit. No, I love this crew so very much. We have more hijinks next week. Of course, we want to say thank you to all of our amazing patrons. FYI, for all of you amazing patrons, we will be taking this map that you guys see here for the Rogue Infinity and putting that up for you guys on Patreon just as a nice little bonus and way to say thank you for supporting us and the cast here. Here with a few words from our lovely sponsors is the one and only... Let's just watch their eyes. David Friant!
Yeah! Oh, I feel like I won something. Studios, if you want to paint a dungeon in a studio or a studio in a dungeon, either way, it's over on Steam and things like dirt cheap. It's awesome. You can make amazing ships like CODY did tonight, allegedly. And with our help, of course. No, it's great. You use it. And of course, we're playing on Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. And not only that, we have a Patreon where we get up to even more crazy and wild antics, and there's podcasting and video casting and all kinds of nonsense going on over there that you're not going to want to miss. And can I say I really miss playing this character? The way it's been way too long.
I miss playing Snicked too, Dave. We love your faces. We're gonna go raid somebody here in a moment. Mike is gonna be pulling somebody up for us to go raid and say hi to. We will see you next week. By the way, come see us at Gen Con. If you are going to Gen Con, in the link down below or something, somewhere, someplace. Go to Twitter. I don't know. Links are in places. Come see the Saber Dice live show. Like, seriously, that's going to be a lot of fun, and we are all going to be in one room making fun of each other face to face. And that will be fun. And not stressful.
Wrestling.
And Ted will be in the audience so you can tackle him with love.
If you are hunting Guy for the prize, I'm just saying that's where he'll be.
Yeah.
You get the prize.
He has a Kickstarter launching Monday, so look for
Support
that.
Yes.
We love your faces. We will see you next time. Adieu. Thanks for watching.